Hi, this is Chitwan Shaksana from Just Tutors. Today in this video we are going to learn about properties of force. So let's move ahead and start with this video. Objectives of this video will be force can change the state of motion, force can change the shape of an object, contact forces. So let's move ahead and start learning about these objectives. Force and pressure. Very first is force can change the state of motion. So, what do you notice when a force acts on an object? Does the object move or stop? Or move with the constant speed? What does a goalkeeper do to stop the football? What does a hockey player do to flick a ball? Does the state of ball change in both cases? So, if the force is applied on the object in the direction of its motion, the speed of object increases. We can see here, let's say, and you can see in this picture as this car is moving already and this small boy little kid is applying force in the same direction, so the speed of this car will get increased. And similarly, if this car is moving in this direction and an external force is applied in opposite direction, so the speed of this car will decrease, because if we must remember, or we have to remember from last video, that if two different forces are applied on an object in opposite directions, the net force is the difference of the both forces. So same will be applicable here, which gives or which results in the decrease of the speed. So we can say the state of an object is the particular condition at which it is in at a specific time. From the above discussion, we can notice that in each case the state of an object is changing by applying a different force in different directions. A force acting on an object may change its speed, either it may increase the speed or decrease the speed to zero as well. So we can say that force can change the state of motion as well, or also change the direction, speeds. It can make many changes. So let's move ahead and see what kind of next change it there be. Now, the change in shape due to force. What do you notice when you press a can? As you can see in this picture, a man is pressing a can. It is crushing here. What happens with the spring fixed to seat of a bicycle when you sit on it? How do you make toys from clay? Have you noticed the phenomenon, whatever happens in all above cases we have just discussed? What is the reason behind all this phenomenon? Yes, you are right. It is force. In all cases, you can notice that there is an application of force on the object which causes the change in the shape of the object. Here we have some examples by which we can relate this topic. The first is shape of a ball of dough when it is rolled to make chapati. The second is press a rubber ball placed on the table. Let's say this is a rubber ball here and it is pressed. So you can see the shape is slightly changed. First, when it is not pressed or the force is not applicable on this ball, it was fair. Now it is in different shape after applying the force. Hanging a weight with a rubber band suspended from hook. Pressing a lump of dough on a plate. So these are some examples. You may think of more. Now, from above all discussion, we can say that force may make an object move from rest. It means it can change the state of position, may change the speed of an object if it is moving, or bring the moving object to the rest again, may change the direction of motion of an object, may bring about a change in the shape of an object, and may cause some or all of these effects. So we must remember all these points, because they are going to help us a lot in our daily life as well. Now, what are contact forces? What do you understand by the word contact? In the last video, we have discussed interaction. It is again the same. Interaction and contact, they are used for the same thing. Contact defines that point where two objects interact with each other. In last video, we have learned about physical interaction forces. These physical interaction forces are also known as contact forces. So we can say contact force is a force that acts at the point of contact or interaction between two objects. As you can see, while pushing this box, this is the point of contact where the force is applied. Now moving next to the muscular force. The force applied on an object due to the action of muscles is known as muscular force. It is also a contact force because there must be two objects in contact. As in this picture, we can again take example of this. Here force applied is through muscles and again contact force. So muscular force is a type of contact force. For example, we can say lift a bucket of water, push or lift a book lying on a table, push a heavy box on inclined floor. And also we have to remember animals like bullocks, horses, donkeys and camels, etc. use muscular force to perform many tasks in our daily life. Now friction. The force resting the relative motion of two solid surfaces that are in contact with each other is the force of friction. So we can say friction is a force which resists the relative motion of two surfaces. For example, if you push a box which is in contact with the ground as shown in the diagram, you can see this is pushing force. I am pushing the box from this side, so the motion will take in the same direction. The box started moving in the same direction of applying force. There may be a force acting on the point of contact of box and the ground which resists the motion of the box. So when we are pushing the box in this direction, motion will take place in this direction. We can experience or feel a force acting against this motion, this force at this point of contact of surface and the box. This force is known as friction. This friction force resists the motion of the box. This to stop a moving object, a force must act in the opposite direction to the direction of motion. For instance, if you push your book across your desk, the book will move. The force of the push moves the book. Always remember, the direction of friction is always opposite to the direction of applied force. Here are some more examples. You can read them carefully by pausing this video. This is a practice time. As in all video we do, we can repeat the same here. You can pause this video to try these questions, and after that you can check your answers on the answer slide next to it. Here are your answers, and that's all for this video. For more videos, you could log on to justtutors.com. Thank you.